Hi, my name is Pierre Sargent with the Blue Wave Sports Show, and I'm here with head coach Michael Curry. Coach, how has your day been so far?
It's been good. Came in and had a workout this morning with the returning guys and set up their study table times and extra studying times over in the academic building for them, and what their schedule will be like the rest of the spring so that they can lock in and we can finish and take full advantage of the spring time before we get into our summer work.
After having the job for a year, how has the transition been from the pros to college, and what has been the most challenging part of that transition?
No, the transition has been fun. It's a lot of work. I knew it would be when I got here, and that's kind of what I expected and what I was looking forward to doing and being a part of all aspects of it. The most challenging thing was just being patient as we establish the type of system we want to run, the way we want to do things both on and off the court, and trying to figure out who fits and what's best for us as a team and as a program, and getting used to the other teams in the league and what things we can do to try to give ourselves the best chance to compete at a high level going forward. But I say overall, the best way of how you prepare for the games for the guys is where it's probably the most difficult challenges.
Speaking of your system, what do the returning players in the backcourt need to improve on, especially guys like Marquand, Jackson, Justin, and Solomon?
We got to get better defending the ball. We definitely got to get better rebounding the basketball. Adding some size in the backcourt with them is going to help. I think having Adonis and Nick Rutherford, Adonis Filer, who sat out this year, Nick Rutherford, they're both bigger guards, both good rebounding guards. I think those two especially helps. And from an offensive standpoint, we got to be better decision makers with the basketball and better creators for shots, not just for ourselves but for our teammates.
And also in the front court, what does CJ have to do to be more consistent next year, along with Javi and Grant?
Well, Grant has been hurt all year. We got to figure out with Grant, what he's going to do going forward. He didn't have surgery. He tried to spend the time rehabbing. Not sure. He's not sure for long term what he wants to do because of the shoulder, continuous shoulder battle that he's going through. But Javi, having missed so much of last year, we were really pleased with him this year. He has to get stronger, keep developing his body so that he can play more physical, rebound the ball better. CJ has to get in much better conditioning. We've been working on that with him, but this off season, hopefully adjusting his diet and eating some healthier meals along with the work. He works hard when he's in the gym, but he's learning sometimes you got to put better fuel in the vehicle for it to ride. And that's it. He went through typical freshman growing pains, especially as a big. But what we saw gave us a lot of excitement because he was able to play. When he played one-on-one, he was able to score on everybody in the league, and teams have to double him. So that's going to be a big plus going forward.
And then also more on the front court, what does a guy like Ronald, who was a transfer and had to sit out this year, what does he bring to the table?
Ronald is one of our most athletic guys, and being a 7-footer, all the pick and roll stuff we run. Hopefully we'll see more of plays throughout the game like we saw at the end of the UAB game, in which Q felt comfortable enough putting it up at the rim and CJ caught it and dunked it. One of the reasons why he's been getting better at that is because Ronald is a guy that all the guys are comfortable throwing a lob pass to. What it does with the game being such a pick and roll game now, having a vertical threat to the rim opens up your shooters on the outside. And so that's just like a guy penetrating, just that big guy rolling to the basket. And he does that defensively. We need him to rebound the basketball and protect the rim. We think he can add that to the mix as well.
And also at the point guard spot, what specifically does Adonis bring you, aside from adding size to the position?
He's one of the best on-ball defenders in the country. He was at Clemson. He really spearheaded a lot of their defense, and they were always considered one of the top defensive teams. He's athletic, quick, and strong, and he enjoys playing defense. You know, that's the next thing. He enjoys the challenge of trying to be a defensive stopper, and so that becomes contagious. And so, you know, we look forward to him being able to show his all-around game, but really bring his defensive tenaciousness to our team.
And also, what other areas are you targeting in recruiting if you have any scholarships left available?
So, you know, with the guys we're bringing in, our goal going into the recruiting was to get bigger, more athletic, better skill. You know, just, you know, 2013, this program came to Conference USA. So pretty much majority of the roster was recruited for the Sun Belt. Conference USA is a step up from the Sun Belt. It's an older league. So having a couple of guys like Ronald and Adonis sitting out really helps. We add some young guys to the mix that we were beating out teams from conferences above us for. And so we add in Conference USA plus level talent. Now we have to get in and blend it all together, but sometimes we just wore down because of physically and athletically we weren't comparable to our opponents. But we fought and battled and gave ourselves a chance, you know, 90% of the time. And so what we want is to be on the same playing field athletically and skill-wise as our opponents, and then if we go and we outwork them, gives us a chance to have a lot more wins.
And lastly, you mentioned after the UAB game, Justin Rappington's hearing some pro opportunities. What are those opportunities, like playing overseas, possibly going to the NBA, or?
Well, we're going to sit down tomorrow and we're going to go over, has about 7 or 8 agents that have contacted him. Justin is unfortunate. He had a injury-plagued senior season, and you know, the program was sort of in flux for his entire 4 years. Ever since the championship in 2011, things hadn't been great program-wise. You know, we're here to try to stabilize that and make it a proud, you know, program. But because of that, Justin hasn't had quite the career that he would have hoped. And then the injuries derailed it some this year. But our goal is to get him healthy, to cleanse his mind so that he can go out and just be a confident player. He has a lot of the physical attributes that it takes to be a professional basketball player on any level. But what I told him, you know, what people have to understand, so much of professional basketball is how you handle conflict. And you're dealing with conflict every day, whether it's physical conflict, the business part of professional sports, the travel, all the different challenges you're faced with. You're constantly having to deal with situations, and if we can get him more adjusted to being able to do that, he gives himself a chance to be a pro.
All right, thank you for your time, Coach, and have a great offseason.
Thank you.